Man here internally damaged. A friend of mine reached out to me and asked me if I'd do a video about knife sharpening. So I'll give you a brief rundown of my collection of knives and my sharpening system that works for me. I'm sure other people out there will have their opinions on how they sharpen their knives, but this is what works for me. I have a Lansky sharpening system. These are individual stones. They go from extra fine to extra coarse. And normally I don't really have to touch this one too much. The excellent sharpening system. I have a work sharp that I use my kitchen knives. For my kitchen knives, it's electric. That'll be a separate video altogether. These are basically my outdoor EDC and camping knives. As you can see, I got a pretty decent little collection here of fixed blades and two folding knives. The only thing that's missing is my Swiss Army knife, which has become MIA. This is just a basic buck folder, lock back. It's got the thumb for the one-hand opening. Decent blade. Blade's made in USA. Handle isn't. Old school Kershaw flipper. Frame lock. This is my first frame lock, and to be honest with you, not really a fan. It is strong. It's just a basic, really cheap EDC. It does have a very sharp blade. Kershaw is making a lot of decent stuff these days, and they're even bringing some back to the US. Here is a Anza, which is made here out of recycled files. This is like one of my, well, if not my favorite field dressing knife when it comes to deer, which deer season opened yesterday, and I haven't made it out, which is very depressing. But another American-made company. I bought this many years ago, and they are now about 5 times more expensive now than they were when I bought that one. Another one of my favorites is Case. Case makes an excellent knife. This is another one that's really good for field dressing. They hold a really good edge. Not a hard use. If you hit a bone or something, it's gonna dull out relatively quickly. But still, Case makes a great knife, American made, for a really, really good price. Yeah. Here I have my Uncle Henry bone handle or faux stag handle fillet knife. This knife here never touches this. I never touch it with the stones. I use my pocket sharpener. This is also made by Lansky. It's just a set of ceramic rods that are in this little plastic holder, and you just draw your knife through. Just a couple of passes is all you need. Once you have a razor sharp blade, you just run it through these a couple of times. And this is what I carry in the field. You never know when you always hit a bone or something and you need to do a quick sharpen. So this is what I carry in the field. This is my buck knife. I used to have the special, which is, I believe, a 7-inch blade. Same exact thing as this, only bigger. This is the Woodsman. Another great knife if you're a hunter. They hold an edge relatively decent. They're only a stick tang though. They don't take any real abuse. So this is strictly just a, I mean, you could use it for camping or whatever, but you don't really want to do too much with it because, like I said, it's not a full tang knife. Then I got my K-bar. This is a backpacking, camping. I've had this knife many, many years. K-Bar makes a fantastic survival knife. This is a full tang. Just excellent steel. They're made down the road here in Olean, New York. If I buy another one of these, it will not have the serration on it. I'm not a big fan of the serration that's on there. But these are excellent, excellent knives. I've done batoning with these, chopping. It's gotten me out of a couple of briar-filled situations when I was deer hunting. Sometimes you end up in a briar patch, you don't even know how you got in the middle of it. And then this is the cream of my crop here. This is a Randall-made Skinner. I was trying to sell this knife as much as I didn't want to, but nobody would give me the price on it that I wanted. They kept wanting to whittle me down, if you will, to get it from me cheaper. I know what I got here. These knives are very expensive. If you want one new, I believe it's a 2-year waiting list right now. But all these marrings that you see on the blade here are from the stones when I was sharpening it when I first started with this kit. Again, I've owned this knife over 20 years. Excellent skinner. Probably the best skinning knife I've ever owned and ever used. It really holds an edge well. And yeah, it's just a one-of-a-kind. I took it off the for sale list now that I'm working. So I'm not going to be selling this knife any longer. And then here I have my Lion Steel, which I just purchased a couple of years ago. It's only been out in the woods once. I haven't really used it yet as far as field dressing or skinning. This is one of those knives. It's made in Italy. It just fits. It's one of those knives that just fits in your hand well. It's crowned on the back, so for skinning and whatnot. I can't wait to try this. It's a full tang, as you can see. The tang goes all the way through the grips. I believe this is micarta, the handle material. You can change them out, but why? This knife is like just one of those knives that is just perfect for your hunting. And then this beast right here is another K-Bar. This is a BK2, the Becker BK2. This is purely for camping, backpacking. As you can see on the blade here, the marring, I've done some batoning with it. It blasts through everything. It's a 1/4-inch thick piece of 1095 high carbon steel. These things are just, it's just a beast of a knife. I can't wait to do some actual backpacking with it. I've just done some batoning here for my getting some smoker wood together. And yeah, it's just a really beefy, thick, chunky knife. Again, I can't wait to use it out in the field. See how it performs soon, hopefully. Now, as far as the this sharpening kit, comes with the blade holder here, thumb screw, and then it's got another set screw right here. And you open this to a desired width apart. Come on. Come on, Vin, we're on time limit here, buddy. And just for reference, we're going to take this knife here. And you take and you pinch it between the two pieces like that. Bring this down till it meets the set screw. And then you use the thumb screw in the back here, kind of spreads the back and pinches the front. like so, till it tightens up, and then that blade ain't moving anywhere. Then I take your guide rod, which this blade isn't really bad, but this is just for, and I'm just going to use a fine stone here just to touch this blade up, just to show you how this works. I've had a couple of knives where I've hit a bone and it took a little nick out of the blade, and that's where you bring in your extra coarse to remove that metal. Or you got this guy here, which is by Buck. It's got two ceramic, carbide inserts in here. You can literally watch this remove metal if you really need to get in and bring a blade down. You can watch the shavings just curl up off of the blade. And then you just hold it in hand, about a 20 degree, it's incremented here. I believe it's 17, 20, 25, and 30 degrees. And then you just run your stone over the blade like so. Then you flip it around and you do the same exact thing. This is an excellent sharpening system. I love it. I've been using this for years. And that's pretty much all there is to it. To fine up that blade on your knife to get it to a really good sharp edge. Will it shave? Not quite at the point of shaving yet. Got a few little hairs to come off. But this is, like I said, this is made out of a recycled file. So, I mean, for it to go through deer hiding and that, you couldn't get a better knife for going through, especially getting up into the vitals and pulling all of that out. It's not a long blade where you're not sticking stuff inside. But yeah, just a quick lowdown as to my knives, what I own, and my sharpening system. Whether it works for you or not, there's all kinds of sharpeners out there these days. So we'll get into a little more depth in another video. I am going to do a separate video for my kitchen knives. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this and a basic rundown. I will do another video to get into the digs of this. Okay? Thank you. Peace, love, and respect.